highways become the stage for tales of the macabre. These vast stretches of asphalt, bathed in moonlight, are the backdrop to our stories tonight. 3 chilling narratives, each more unsettling than the last. A spectral rider, a hitchhiker who vanishes into thin air, and a road cursed with a dark history. Stories that will make your spine tingle and your heart pound. Stories that remind us that the most terrifying journeys are often the ones we least expect. Join us as we delve into the eerie unknown of these highway horror stories. Our inaugural story escorts us along an isolated highway where a lone trucker, Jack, is confronted by the unexplainable. In thick of the night, Jack, a resolute trucker, maneuvers his colossal 18-wheeler down the seemingly infinite expanse of black asphalt. The highway, shrouded in an intense, impenetrable darkness, is only infringed upon by the radiant, piercing beams of his truck's headlights. Not a stranger to the road's solitude, Jack, tonight, feels an unfamiliar chill in the air. The wind is howling, and the temperature is dropping rapidly. The usual symphony of tires humming against the asphalt is drowned by a deafening silence. Suddenly, in his rearview mirror, he catches a glimpse of a single, solitary light, rapidly closing in. As it approaches, the light manifests itself as part of a motorcycle. The motorcyclist emerges from the darkness, clad in a jet black leather jacket and helmet, the silver moonlight glinting off the chrome of his bike. The rider's face remains a mystery, hidden under the helmet, obscured by the inky blanket of the night. Jack, intrigued yet uneasy, tries to outpace the motorcyclist. But regardless of his increasing speed, the spectral rider stays with him, an unwelcome, eerie companion, a phantom mirror of his own actions, that neither quickens nor slackens, maintaining the same chilling pace. A shiver of fear and bewilderment creeps down Jack's spine, his pulse quickening, his grip on the steering wheel tightening. He decides to decelerate, hoping the motorcyclist will continue on his path. But as his truck slows, the motorcyclist mimics his actions, maintaining the same hair-raising closeness. Overcome with anxiety and a creeping sense of dread, Jack decides to face his fear. He halts his truck abruptly, but as he does so, the motorcyclist, instead of passing him, evaporates into thin air right before his eyes. The highway returns to its previous state of oppressive darkness, the only light emanating from Jack's truck. Jack, shaken to his core, is left staring at the void where the phantom rider once was. His heart pounding like a drum, his breath coming out in ragged gasps, Jack realizes that he is completely alone once again. The remainder of his journey is spent in a state of heightened vigilance, his heart thumping, his eyes never leaving the Stygian abyss of the night in search of any sign of the spectral rider. However, the motorcyclist remains elusive. Our trucker Jack was left with nothing but the bone-chilling memory of a ghost rider, forever imprinted in his psyche. Our next stop is a frequently used motorway where a benevolent individual's act of goodwill evolves into a spine-chilling encounter. As the sun descends the skyline, adorning the heavens with shades of red and deep blue, our tale brings us to an isolated motorist steadily coasting along the deserted highway. On this particular twilight, he spots a solitary silhouette of a man, a hitchhiker, standing by the road's edge. The hitchhiker was an enigmatic figure, with a beard that was more salt than pepper, and eyes that held a hint of sadness, yet twinkled with an unspoken wisdom. His clothes, though well worn and dusty, had an old-world charm about them. His presence was intriguing, stirring a sense of curiosity within the driver. Compelled by empathy, and perhaps a hint of solitude, he halts his vehicle and extends an offer of a ride to the stranger. The hitchhiker steps into the car, his lips parting in a relieved smile, and they carry on their voyage wrapped in the calming drone of the engine and the rhythmic thump of tires against the road. As they venture forth, the driver attempts to ignite dialogue, asking about the hitchhiker's origins and destination. The hitchhiker discloses little, sharing only his name, John, and that he had been on the road for a long time. His gaze remains affixed to the path ahead, and an icy aura seems to radiate from him, permeating the vehicle's interior. The driver shivers, ascribing the sudden drop in temperature to a gust of wind. A few miles down the motorway, the driver casually glances in the rearview mirror, and his heart skips a beat. The back seat is vacant. John, the hitchhiker, had vanished as if he was never there. Despite his disappearance, the icy aura lingers, a phantom reminder of the transient passenger. Panic engulfs the driver, He pulls over, his heart drumming a frantic beat, and thoroughly searches his vehicle for any sign of the vanished hitchhiker. But there is no trace of him. The frosty chill is the sole evidence of his fleeting presence. The driver is consumed by bewilderment and fear as he wrestles with understanding the surreal event. Had he conjured the entire interaction in his mind, or was it a deceptive trick of his senses? He contemplates whether to press on or remain and inspect the area where he last saw John, but the uncanny coldness and the night's deafening silence decide for him. As he resumes his drive, his mind is whirlwind of thoughts about the baffling incident. He repeatedly revisits the event, the figure by the road, the frosty aura, the abrupt disappearance. The pieces of the puzzle decline to align. As he continues his drive, an insidious sense of dread encapsulates him. He can't discard the sensation of not being alone. He can nearly sense John's presence, as if he is still occupying the back seat. The icy chill persists, an ethereal companion accompanying him. His benign act of offering a ride transforms into a petrifying encounter with the inexplicable. He finds himself questioning his sanity, his perception of reality. The spine-chilling mystery of the hitchhiker's bizarre disappearance casts a gloomy, elongated shadow over his journey, a mystery that will torment him for many miles to come. The driver was left doubting the very fabric of reality, troubled by the spectral hitchhiker who was there one moment and gone the next. Our final story transports us to a notorious stretch of highway, where a family's otherwise joyful road trip takes an unexpected, sinister turn. Picture this: a cheerful family of 5, buzzing with excitement as they set off on what has become an annual tradition, their eagerly anticipated road trip. This year their chosen route takes them through a highway that is spoken about in hushed, anxious whispers and in eerie local legends: the Cursed Road. As they journey along this ominous stretch of road, the air around them thickens, growing dense with a silence so profound it seems to consume the infectious cheeriness of their trip. Their car, an old reliable companion on many an adventure, begins to sputter and groan, its headlights flickering like a feeble heart fighting to keep its life force. The family's laughter begins to falter, slowly replaced by a creeping sense of unease that shivers down their spines. Out of nowhere, the car shudders, then battles to a halt in the middle of this desolate road. The father, a man known for his practicality and skepticism, steps out to investigate the mysterious malfunction. As he does so, the world around them plunges into an eerie darkness, the only slither of light coming from the sporadic, dying glow of the car's once powerful headlights. It's within this unsettling darkness that they first glimpse them, the apparitions. Ghostly silhouettes that flicker in and out of existence, whispering of tales untold. The figures strike a terrifying, otherworldly pose, their translucent forms melding with the darkness, yet standing out in horrifying clarity. The children huddled together in the back seat can barely contain their fear, their eyes wide as saucers and shimmering with unshed tears. The mother grips the steering wheel, her knuckles white from the strain, as the apparitions continue ghostly dance in the dying light. The father, his skepticism shattered by the eerie figures that crowd their vision, rushes back into the car, his heart pounding in his chest. They sit there, frozen in fear, the spectral figures proliferating around them, their ghostly whispers growing louder, their haunting faces growing clearer. The suffocating terror is palpable, a tangible entity that seems to penetrate their very bones. Suddenly, with a roar that startles them all, the car springs back to life. The father, spurred by a primal mix of adrenaline and the instinctive need to protect his family, drives with a desperate urgency that reflects his terror. The apparitions, unyielding, give chase, their ghostly figures a hair-raising spectacle in the rearview mirror. Their breaths come in ragged gasps, their hearts pounding in sync with the thunderous beat of the car engine. The cursed road stretches on, seemingly endless, their only hope hinging on the fading apparitions. The family dares not breathe a sigh of relief, not until the spectral figures have completely, and the cursed road is nothing more than a haunting memory in their rearview mirror. Finally, they escape from the haunted highway, the oppressive silence replaced by the familiar comforting sounds of the night. The family drives on, their laughter now a stunned silence, their road trip forever marked by a chilling encounter with the supernatural. Even though they escaped, the terror of that cursed road remains, a chilling reminder of the supernatural lurking in the corners of our ordinary world. These tales remind us that even the most familiar roads can harbor terrifying secrets. Our journey began with the Ghost Rider, an eerie, spectral presence on a lonely highway, leaving a chilling trail of fear in its wake. A phantom motorist, forever bound to the tarmac, eternally riding towards an unknown destination. Then, we met the vanishing hitchhiker, an apparition who thumbed a ride only to disappear without a trace. This spectral traveler, etched into the memories of the startled drivers, serves as a stark reminder that not all who wander are truly of this world. Our journey then took us down the cursed road, a path shrouded in tales of strange occurrences and eerie phenomena. Each story a testament to the chilling aura that surrounds this highway. Each encounter a haunting echo of the road's dark history. Each of these stories, while unique in their own right, share a common thread. They serve as chilling reminders of the unknown that lurks around the corners of our daily lives, the mysteries hidden in the shadows of the familiar. They underscore the reality that sometimes the most terrifying tales are not those of far-off places or mythical beasts, but rather those that take place in the very world we navigate every day. As you journey down your own highways, remember these tales, for the road less traveled may not be less traveled for no reason. Until next time, safe travels.